it come around over the period of about 3 or 4 years. I just slowly noticed that I was getting short of breath, really. And it got to a point that I couldn't even walk 100 yards without just not feeling bad, but just kind of short of breath. It was my son that he said, you need to definitely go and see the doctor, Dad. You're not saying it's not right with you. So it went from aortic stenosis to severe to critical. And that's when, within 2 weeks, I went to see Ishtak. He had all the information in front of him, so he knew exactly what needed to be doing and how soon it needed to be done. And from there, it all happened within possibly 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It wasn't a scary feeling. I was quite glad that it wasn't anything more sinister. I come around at 9:30. I was obviously on morphine for the pain. And I had a few restless nights. It's hard to, when that happens, you can't really move. You're in one position. You can't lay on your side because there's too much pressure on your chest there. But that slowly gets a lot better. But I felt good. I was glad it was done. I was only in hospital for 4 days. They get you up and moving very quickly. It's so advanced now. And the staff were brilliant. And I got home and I spent probably 6 weeks recuperating. Still obviously painful and moving slowly and spending hours basically sitting watching telly. My scar's about 4 inches long. And it's healed very, very quickly.
We went to Cornwall in September and he was racing ahead of us. And he was like, I would have never been able to do this. He was so much more confident, completely changing really. So much more happier. I can remember going for the follow-up one once he had the operation. And I was like, so is there anything he can't do? And he was like, no. He was like, if he wants to swim the channel, he can swim the channel. If he wants to run a marathon, he can run a marathon.
Commonly I see patients in this clinic who now they have their diagnosis of aortic stenosis. They want to be active and they've got to a stage in their lives where they've got room to do that, but they're physically limited. That's the whole point of this kind of surgery, for patients to get their lifestyle back, to do whatever they want to do. Once a patient has had an aortic valve intervention, whether that's surgery or TAVI, whether it's a tissue valve or a mechanical valve, the ethos is really for them to get back to their normal activity as soon as they can. One thing that I think is important is that they have some kind of surveillance, and their cardiologist and cardiac surgeon will put together a plan for keeping an eye on that patient by regular scans at certain intervals, and also the patient needs to be aware of any return of their symptoms and have a low threshold for going back to their GP to having a repeat scan if they're worried about the valve.
It's hard to say it, but because it's a major operation and the things that you have to go through, but it's quite a simple thing for them in real terms to do, to put this valve in, and all of a sudden, if you're able to, if you're quite mobile anyway, you can be back to doing everything that you want to do.
He's bought himself a bike, which he's never had before, so that's really great. He would never come normally to meet the dogs, but now he's up for it and he comes with me. Loves playing with the grandchildren. Even like being in the garden and pottering about, that was something he wouldn't have done before.
I'm lucky where a lot of my patients come from within this district, and seeing these patients in the local park, seeing them get back to their normal activity is very rewarding. That's what keeps me going in my job, to get patients back to what they want to do.
Oh God, I made up with it. I think I made the right choice. If I had the choice again, I'd do the same again. I'd go through it. You wouldn't believe how much better you feel afterwards.